Nephi continues his opening to the Book of Mormon with the word therefore. I, Nephi, having been born of goodly parents, therefore. The word is a connector, a pointer to a thought's logical conclusion, the equivalent of an equal sign in a literary calculation of causes and effects. The calculation is, because I had goodly parents, this happened. What happened was that they taught him, directly and indirectly, a process we will focus on later. For now, I'd like to discuss with you the concept of consequences, the reactions to the actions we all take in life. Isaac Newton's third law of motion states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. In other words, forces always come in pairs opposing each other. This concept applies to more than physical objects. Everything we do in life, every thought, every activity, even the things we don't do, is an action and brings about a reaction. For instance, if I eat an apple, I take in nutrients which can help my body. This is a positive reaction. Action, eat. Reaction, my body gets stronger. Eating that same apple could also have another reaction. The calories I take in might impact my weight and health. If I choose to not eat an apple, the result is that I might be hungry. That might tempt me to eat more at my next meal, causing me to gain weight. Or my decision to not eat the apple might help me gain a bit of self-control, which might help improve my self-confidence, which confidence may help me resist the urge to overeat at my next meal, further improving my self-confidence. If I choose to eat a cheeseburger instead, the reaction could be greater. As another example, if I choose to watch the news, an action, I can become informed, which is a positive reaction. If I choose to watch the news obsessively, I may become anxious, even paranoid, and take actions that might be harmful to normal life, such as building a doomsday bunker and sealing myself inside it, or refusing to go outside for fear of encountering some unknowable event. As humans, our reasoning skills and relative control over our environment allows us to choose what we do, and by so doing, choose the reactions, the consequences. Choosing to walk out the door each day has consequences. Driving a car has consequences. Choosing to say hello to a stranger can have powerful consequences. Refusing to do these things also brings consequences. In any situation, you never know what might happen. But whatever does happen is at least in part a result of your action or inaction. I'm not asking us to spend our time micro-analyzing our life. That would be truly impractical. I am trying to help you understand the principles behind choice and use that understanding to help you understand your behavior patterns, thereby seeing more clearly the potential results. Nephi's father taught some great lessons on consequences. He said that everything comes with an opposing force: light in opposition to darkness, sickness to health, joy to pain, misery to happiness, good to evil. Nothing helps you appreciate a healthy body more than overcoming a serious illness. But if we were always healthy, we might not appreciate that health. Without appreciation, we would not be motivated to take care of and improve ourselves, which might lead us to be sick. Experiencing these contrasts, though sometimes painful, helps us appreciate what we have. If there was no sorrow, we would have no baseline of comparison with which to understand joy. Joy and sorrow would be reduced to one middling, muddling emotional flatness, a compound in one, incomprehensible to us. Instead, we are blessed to experience pain, the relief of which allows us to experience joy. Pain and its children remorse, regret, and the like, motivates us to change, which change allows us to overcome our challenges, progress toward perfection, and ultimately achieve a fullness of joy. Any discussion of consequences leads logically to the concept of balance, a condition in which different elements are made or allowed to be equal. Healthy doses of actions and reactions keeps us in balance, our optimal operating environment. Too many actions or reactions too great for us to bear causes us to become unbalanced, which can lead to entire arrays of misery. The greatest example of balance is justice versus mercy, or requirements playing out against allowances. In God's plan, the central enabler of balance is the atonement. In this sacred process, Christ personally experienced our own sins, doubts, fears, sicknesses, and whatever separates us from God. Having experienced them, lived them, as it were, he took upon himself their penalties, which otherwise would have been required of us, fulfilling within himself the exacting requirements of justice. This allows us to work within the merciful conditions of his standards, enabling us to progress toward perfection under his tutelage, opening the way for us to ultimately achieve our destiny as heirs of eternal life. Christ extends this mercy to us to give us the time, circumstances, and helps to overcome our weaknesses. This process restores balance within us and within the universe, and allows justice and mercy to coexist, each being fully satisfied. One of our major helps in this process is the family. God established an earthly parent-child family teaching system where parents teach each other and their children to balance their lives. This is because God's plans center on the eternity of family relationships. In heaven and on earth, before and after this life, we were and are his children, learning to be like him, balancing everyday decisions against their consequences. He provides these lessons for us many times a day, most often teaching through those around us. Now, I know this can seem overwhelming. We have exposed the tips of some very large conceptual icebergs. Next time, we'll explore these more by talking about the concept of the family and how that partnership can help each of you in your journey to find balance.